Now, I'm not trying to freak everybody out here, but I regret to inform you that my reading of the situation is that I think Trump's mind has already been made up and he wants to do war with Iran. That's what I think, based on everything I've seen lately, based on what he said on the campaign trail, how he told Netanyahu, go ahead and bomb their nuclear facilities. Who cares? Just this week, he said, they're going to make a deal or they're going to be bombed like nobody's ever been bombed before. He's saying that, but remember, he ripped up the nuclear agreement, which was working perfectly fine. So, first of all, they have no incentive to get back in a deal. Why would they? When we had a deal with them, we violated it, then we ripped it up, and now we're going to chastise them and say, get back in a different deal? How do they know we're going to not fucking violate that one? So, and I think they already came out and basically said, we're not doing that, right? So, it looks like, especially with all the Israel lobby money Trump gets, and all the entire Israel lobby wants a war with Iran. So what that tells me is, buckle up. I think they already made up their mind to go to war with Iran. So this is going to it's going to go from bad to worse very quickly, right? But further evidence to this effect is that this is a MAGA senator close to Trump, one of the biggest neocon warmongers in the country. And listen to what he says in this committee hearing. Ready?
And finally, there's some hysteria about the prospect of the president ordering these strikes, or someone like you in uniform providing him advice, that it's going to lead to another forever war or another endless war. Are you aware of operations, maybe operations against Iran, like the tanker wars in 1988, in which the forceful but discriminate application of military power did not lead to a forever war or an endless war, but rather led to peace and stability?
Yes, sir. Those examples in our history do exist.
Maybe the Qasem Soleimani strike in 2020 as well, that caused Iran to pull in its horns for the rest of President Trump's first term. Thank you, General Kane.
First of all, the Qasem Soleimani strike was wildly illegal. Second of all, it lit the fucking region on fire. Third of all, there were retaliatory attacks that gave traumatic brain injury to U.S. soldiers. I could go on, but I'll stop there. Do you understand what he's doing here? He's already laying the groundwork to be like, hey, everybody, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. We're gonna do this, but it's okay. It's gonna be quick. It'll be in and out. We'll be done. These people are so fucking stupid. They think every action they make is in a vacuum, right? Like Trump with his tariffs. He thinks, I'll just tariff people and it'll work out, and they have no ability whatsoever to respond to us because we're America. And it's like, that's not true. China and Japan and North Korea just got together. It was unthinkable to get those countries together. They got together and they said, you tariff us, we're all going to retaliate. Our own allies are abandoning us because Trump is also warmongering with our own allies. He thinks we're the indispensable nation that can never change. Are you fucking kidding me? They're already looking for the door to get off the dollar as the world reserve currency. A lot of countries are already moving in that direction, and BRICS is expanding, by the way. So for him to say this is it's giving me a red flag here that the decision has already been made, and so he's going out there to try to sort of smooth it over, right? Oh, yeah, no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Look, I love war, but hey, we could do a 1-2 quick thing. We'll be out of there immediately. You don't really have to worry about that. This will just lead to peace. Right, yeah, I'm sure. Trump threatening Greenland, Panama, Canada, Venezuela, Yemen, Somalia, Mexico, Iran, all that. It's going to lead to peace and stability. By being totally unstable and totally warlike, that's actually peace. This is fucking Orwell 101. Are you ready for this? This is why this should scare you even more. Ready? On November 14th, 2002, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld, and shout out to Dropsite for this, on CBS Radio said, quote, the Gulf War in the 1990s lasted 5 days on the ground. I can't tell you if the use of force in Iraq today would last 5 days or 5 weeks or 5 months, but it certainly isn't going to last any longer than that. It lasts more than 2 decades. In fact, we still have a presence in fucking Iraq. It lasted decades. Remember Bush with his fucking mission accomplished banner when he was giving a speech on a warship? Like, the job was done and we're coming home from Iraq. Oh, would you look at that? They kept increasing troop levels in Iraq. They kept doing it. So when Tom Cotton comes out here and says, bro, it's not even a big deal. It'll be quick. It'll be 1-2. We'll be done. It'll lead to peace. Everything. 100%. This is what you need to understand. The neocons are literally wrong about everything. Netanyahu testified in front of Congress at the time and said, oh, I absolutely think you should take out Saddam Hussein. I absolutely think you should go after Iraq. And what you need to understand is this will lead to the glorious spreading of democracy in the Middle East, where the region will be more peaceful and more stable than ever. The exact opposite happened. It led to the fucking rise of ISIS, when we toppled Saddam Hussein. It destroyed the Middle East. It lit it on fire. How many of our people died? How many innocent civilians there died? And here he is. Bro, no big deal, bro. Look. Everybody relax. We're just going to go in there. We're just going to do a little strike. Maybe take out their nuclear facilities. Don't worry. They'll never react. Nobody will ever respond. It'll be okay. There won't be casualties. We won't stay there forever. We won't make this 1,000 times worse. We won't spark a fucking world war. Like, I don't like it here, man. I don't like it here. We are so far down the wrong path. And it's people like this now that have influence. This is what you need to understand. This guy's a MAGA senator. He's a deep ally of Trump. And these are the people. Trump actually listens to these sorts of people, right? He virtue signals half the time like he's anti-war. Okay, then why did you bring in John Bolton in the first term, the biggest warmonger in the country? Right? Why'd you do that? This time, why'd you pick Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, another one of the biggest warmongers in the country? Why are you buddies with Lindsey Graham and Tom Cotton, who are going to tell you, no matter what, yeah, do more war. Take Greenland, take Mexico, bomb Iran, do all of it. Do all of it. And now they're laying the groundwork, and they're trying to lie to you and say, be cool, it'll be quick, trust us. Why the fuck would we trust you? You are war criminals. War criminals. Why would we trust you? I remember this guy first came on my radar when he was like making an impassioned plea for more torture, more Guantanamo Bays. Absolutely disturbing this is, man. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.